Hello, greetings. So this is my animation process video. I've got a few notes in my book about what to explain first. First of all, this is my PC, so I'm not used to using this version because I don't have a tablet actually, and so I have to use my shitty old laptop, which is not good for performance. So I have to make it into 5 projects. So this is 4B. This is my 5th project. And generally, having a 3-minute animation as one project would have just not been very good for Critter. Or Krita, or whatever it's called. This is Critter, by the way. 5.2.0. I think I might make another tutorial when 5.3.0 comes out. So yeah, in 5.2.0, transform masks are kind of jank, which is why in some, in some objects, I'll explain my layout in a bit, my group, my folder, whatever, organization. So in some like the main object, I have 4 masks, but generally they're just really rudimentary, which that's just what Critter's designed to be. It's not meant to be like a fancy animation software. It's just meant to be traditional. But at least masks are going to be more functioning in 5.3.0, which means I'm going to have to test them a bit more before making a tutorial. But we'll see. Explain canvas layout, playthroughs, comment on like spacing. Okay, good. Okay, so it's canvas layout. I've used my last project because obviously that's where my layout and my organization are most developed. I don't have as many reference pictures up though, because obviously in this one you've just got Pyro and Medic, whereas in the others I don't know other references up. So the palettes are each designed to fit to a side of the canvas. I don't know if you can see my cursor right now. If I do this, maybe you'll see it better. Yeah. Sorry. So of course we've got the main canvas, where I have a red border that indicates where the actual 720p screen will be, and outside of that I have some margins for error. Let's see if I can find one of those. Oh. So here, for example, I've got the background warped a little bit, but it doesn't matter because it'll be cut out. I'm not sure if there's more to explain there. Oh yeah, under there we've got a sketch which is all included in scaffold. There's a bit of back sketch, which I really should have included here. I should have. I don't know why I didn't. But the back sketch is obviously just the background. There's no background here. There's background here. That's the clouds. But usually I keep these off. Obviously I keep them off when I'm rendering, but I'll keep them on for now because this is for demonstration purpose. Demonstration. I'm a bit sick right now. So this constants is like grounds, symmetry lines, things like that, like floor levels, things that stay for like the whole scene. You've got 2 sketches because it's good to have. Notes are usually like motion, like animated motion, arrows and whatnot, and other things to keep track of. Alright. And then these 2, whatever the hell's these groups, were introduced in the last project only, because I only needed them there. We had 1 overlay. For some reason, changing the blending mode of this didn't work. I had to change the group one, so I could only have 1 overlay, but it's fine. I edited in the white overlay in Premiere. Speaking of Premiere, I need to get that fixed. And we had a bunch of effects which I didn't really use. This one I used. This is the outline on the locating circle or whatever it's called in Pyro's energy ball. Let's see if we can find it. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna do playthroughs or whatever you call them for all of them. Yeah, so this thing using like an outer glow layer style. I could get this automatically on, which I didn't do until like a while later. You can see at the start it's a little shoddy. It doesn't look much different. It's visible. I should use the hand tool. I should really use the hand tool. There you go. Much easier. Layers. Oh, okay. I'll go back to the canvas later. So yeah, you've obviously got my backgrounds. Extra backs here are things that didn't. Extra background is just anything that doesn't move. That's in the back behind the main whatever's going on. So like that can be characters as well. Shadows. I had some shadows. They were just circles at 25% opacity. This was the main one. Honestly, naming these limited me a bit. I shouldn't have done that. Objects is just, you know, things moving. What's going on? Effects, you know, pretty self-explanatory. All that. Let me change this. This isn't what I usually use. This is my actual. This is what I actually usually use. I've got my palettes, my commonly used colors here. This is a secondary sketch. This is my line art color. I don't know why this color. I just like this color. I like having a consistent line art color. So I use the HSV sliders. I just really like them. I think they're very specific and practical. I only have this one up because it has like a recent color function. Okay, I'll have to show you. Okay, so now that I've used those two colors, it shows you the last two colors you've used. This doesn't have it for some reason. Honestly, I kind of do want it to have it, but yeah, let's say I wanted one of my old colors, I'd have to go here. Onion skins, I'm not explaining them. I can do that later. I won't. Oh yeah, these. I don't know. I just thought they were funny images. This is the main. Okay, so I can't show you right now, but at the start I was using pencil brushes, which were really hard to use the fill tool with, evidently. And then I switched to this one, which is like a constant pen, sort of. You can see it here. And then, you know, I started using this one, which has pressure on it. Well, not this one. This one. I can't show you right now because I don't have a tablet, of course. I'm not on my tablet. I don't have a tablet, right? But this one was used for more close-up scenes. And honestly, I kind of wanted to start using it for everything, but I didn't want to have too many style changes. You can see like how things develop as the animation goes on. For example, I started using this texture brush for trees, and if things were really small, I used like this 3-pixel brush. This 3-pixel brush. This is my eraser. It's just an eraser. Nothing's on that layer right now. I really didn't do anything there. This is clouds. This was used sometimes. It's really laggy for some reason, these brushes. This is my blur. I use it sometimes. I mainly used it for like stubble, beards. You know, like Medic had a really. I try to choose colors really similar because Medic doesn't have noticeable stubble, so they were designed to like blend. All right, yeah. Speaking of which, speaking of these palettes, let's go into them and this organization. So this like the setup. This is like a terrarium little thing, whatever the hell. That just gave me a sense of the environment, the setting. So this is the tree. These are the trees that Pyro was initially running from, and then towards the picnic tree. There's a phallic-looking structure there. It's actually meant to be a rocket. You can see here. Okay, what's not there? And then you got all these badlands, rock structures, these plateaus in the background that are slightly off color, and you've everything honestly is a little off color. Nothing's orange or red. I don't know. It's just a choice I made. Could have been more red, maybe. But yeah, that's it's not actually north. I just put that there. These are like consistent mouth colors, mouth and blood colors for everyone. Oh my gosh, my voice is nasally. 1 second. Alright, all good. I don't know what this was meant to be. I don't know what this was. This was like really vibrant blood, but this was basically fresh blood. This was like slightly less fresh blood. This was dried or on clothes or on surface blood. And for some reason, Mr. Davies switched to using darker blood at the last fight scene. So I don't know. I went with it, but also I was like, okay, what if the darker blood was just Pyro's blood? Because he's like a creature or something or other. Yeah. So Pyro's blood is this one. And then I had some like fire references for like, mainly this was just to pick the colors, and I didn't remove it later. But actually also I wanted to have this to look at when I was drawing Pyro's fire superpower when he kills Engie. Okay, so most of the Mercs references were just a palette. Okay. But obviously I did look at their designs every now and then. I didn't really have a back design, like to back reference for Pyro, but I just remembered where all the straps were. And of course every design had to be simplified down for animation. We couldn't have this. We couldn't have those little dots, obviously. We couldn't have... Oh, he doesn't have those things on his legs. Okay, whatever. I drew them. I don't know why I did. A lot of the time I didn't draw this. Really annoying. Honestly, I botched a lot of the details. A lot of the time I couldn't draw this or this. And this just became a blob. On Medic, we had to... All I stuck with was these, and we kept the big red bottle or whatever it is. But Medic was the most real reference I made, so I had like a more head-on face view for him, so we could, even though it's slightly tilted, it at least shows me his proportions a little more correctly. And we had some stuff for like his back, even though it doesn't show the straps up the top, which is arguably the most important part, but I at least needed to see. I don't know what I was looking at here actually, because it's in this reference. This part of the reference, by the way, is not by me. Someone else made like a Medic reference. You probably just saw a lot that you weren't meant to see. That's mine. Okay, you know what? Whatever. I'm not risking it. And this is my setting, obviously. I didn't use a lot of these. Okay, cool. Awesome. Cool. Awesome. Let's close this, because I don't want my RAM to get eaten up. No. Okay, yes, okay. Is there anything here I have to... Okay, yes, there is. Okay, you can't see this. Oh, what is bad in here, anyway? This is edgy. This is edgy. Everything else is fine. Okay, so number one, let's go through just like a watch through, and I'll point out like animation things or whatever. Yeah, and then we'll go over the layout. Okay, you can... I drew a bunch of useless shit in the engineer one. And, remember what I said, it's mainly just me looking at... It's just the palette and then me looking at the official image every now and then. No, please ignore that. We've got snipers, which is designed to be on the right. Spies, pyros. Didn't really need the blue one. It would have been better if they had a back or whatever. Okay, let's start. Oh yeah, you can see that this one is a lot more simple. I don't know how I managed, honestly. Ooh, another thing. This green, this is how I did my fills. When I use the fill tool. Fill tool can reference layers of certain colors in Critter, and probably a lot of other softwares. So here we had green. Green is my line art layers, and yellow is my base or coloring layers, and I turned them on and off whenever I was using them. So this one was the one that was last used. And then with transform masks, yeah, they do stuff. I'm doing a tutorial on that soon. Let's go. Turn on the scaffold, turn on the border. Let it render it for a bit. Oh yeah, so in this part, the warning obviously wasn't here because it needed some animation from the end. Yep, here's where I was using the pencil. You can see that filling was, what is that? But anyway, you can see the constants in action here. This was highest head level, lowest head level, symmetry. What is this? What is this? What is this? One of them is floor. I don't know. Let's go. This one was awful. I was learning. Don't know what happened there. Oh, yep. Another thing. Obviously, this looks very still because all like camera movements are edited in Premiere, Adobe Premiere Pro. There was like a pan here, and there wasn't. I don't know what the hell's that. Yeah, but anyway, there was a pan here, and it's not here now. I try to use animation charts. Like I get them, but like they are like odd to me, and they don't really. I didn't really need them in the end because I was using like the OG as reference. So yeah, I didn't really need them. Okay, sweet. And yeah, that one was animated with transform mask. In this one was like this part was good. Oh yeah, another part. Sometimes their torso is just cut off because they're off screen. You know, I can just do that. His arm disjointed a bit. I didn't like that, but whatever. Oh yeah, and this part is not fully. Why am I saying these things? They are so irrelevant. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, in this one we have a lot more characters. Well, one might have had the most, right? Wait, where's my hand tool? One might have had the most. Yes, indeed. We've got Sully in here. Of course, I've made a reference of him before, so we've got an old one, and this is a simplified one. And I will never need one like this. This is for a completely different outfit. I might need that many skin colors. Otherwise, no. And this isn't even labeled. Yeah, that. Okay, let's go. Okay, something about the ones here. Okay, there are a lot of animation mask transform mask issues with this one and the pyro jumping scene because Critter 5.2.0. Anyway, the transforms here that I did in Premiere were really wacky because I hadn't figured out what spatial interpolation was yet. Temporal spatial, yes, spatial interpolation. Some of them went back and whatnot. I was gonna say something else. No. Oh, this was okay. The initial animation of this was not a pain, but because so many things were rotating around a source, an origin point, Critter doesn't deal well with like multiple origin points on one transform mask. It became a pain. Yeah. Okay, I don't know if you can notice it, but there's like transform on his mouth. You can barely notice it because obviously you can't see his eyes. What am I meant to do? You can't see either of their eyes. I originally wanted him to shoot, but like it would be like too nerdy, like jump geek, you know. It's so dinky. they're moving slightly, but I don't know. I could have made them do more, but you know, I couldn't be bothered. Yeah. Blue filter was added in later. This went the wrong way. Oh dear. It's true, some days are dark and lonely.
It's true, some days are dark and lonely, and maybe you feel sad, but Pinky will be there to show.
So I cut this into two, so I could just do a zoom here, and then Twitter would zoom for me here, and then a zoom here on Premiere, and then you know, and basically I'd only have to do a zoom twice actually, because it's annoying the copy scenes.
There's one thing that makes me happy and makes my whole life worthwhile, and that's when I talk to my friends and get them to
Oh yeah, I made a rainbow gradient specifically for this. It's not on this, but there I did make a rainbow gradient.
smile.
This was done so shittily, the animation. Why didn't bro just fly away? Like, no, originally this looks really good, but then something happened, and then his arms look like broken. Yeah, this one's really zoomed out. There was a lot of camera work in that one. Ugh, probably one of the things I hate most about this one is that his guts don't look like they fill up his entire mouth, because I couldn't get this part to arch over to the right, and now it looks like they're just loose, and it looks like he's just got loose guts. It doesn't look like they're spilling out of his mouth. It doesn't look like they're exploding out of his mouth. And that's just not it for me. That was probably my saddest mistake. Where are we here? We go again, because I love that part, even if it makes me sad. And you're about to witness the worst cut. The worst cut and transition. Well, no, you're not just about to witness it, because there's a lot to explain in Project 4. Is there? Not really, actually. This one didn't have overlays or effects either. There really isn't much to explain. Let's just get into it. This one's short because of... Okay, I'm going to stop immediately. Okay. I don't know what happened here, but like something I couldn't just adjust it, because otherwise it would have looked even more disjointed. But for some reason the frame shifted up and this part showed, and you can obviously see like the change in speed of the dust, the smoke, which is much better here. I couldn't be bothered to like put it together well, this part specifically. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, this part had so much frame by frame. It was just so taxing on my frickin' dinky ass laptop. That I had to stop. This was originally planned to be done in 4 files, but I had to cut it. No, not cut it. Increase it to 5, because yeah, my laptop only has 8 gigs of RAM, and this was like, what? Look at this. It's shit. It's a stupid little thing. I should probably get a tablet. I'll get it with no money. But let's go. That one looks really bad with the sketch, because I realized that there was a little frame where he just switches like that, switches sides. In the original, Mr. Davey didn't keep the hair on the same side, which kind of bothered me, but I kept it here, along with his little tank thing. But let's just watch this in no scaffold. Let's not. Good. Now I have to render again, but whatever. Oh yeah, you can see the camera movements for this one are actually done in Critter. The slamming part. I don't know, I felt like it. Recycled animation, but shh, I didn't even notice for the original. Oh yeah, and this is where it ends and goes to the next one. You can see the obvious difference in size of the sub. How does Critter doesn't like Adobe fonts whatsoever. I don't like Adobe fonts. They're so proprietary. They're stupid. They're stupid. I just want a font that looks like this Adobe's one. I probably should have tried to find one. Why don't I go to Adobe fonts? Why did I go to Adobe fonts? I don't know. Either way, it looked really disjointed, but it wasn't that noticeable. That. I think that might actually be my favorite scene. It would have been the Sully one, but if not for the loose guts and loose guts, this is my favorite. Yeah. And you said part of medic going like, ugh. You can see like the slight overlay on him. I drew like extra detail on his cut because I was bored and I was on a plane, and I think actually it added to the experience. Oh yeah, one of the spheres is actually transforming incorrectly, but you don't notice it. I think it's this part. No, it's not. Okay. He looks a lot redder in this than he does in the YouTube upload for some reason. It's meant to look redder. Why don't he look red? Why doesn't he look red? Or maybe because I put the white overlay over him. And there you go. Might have forgotten something.